Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we explored Shoal Cave at low tide, picking up a choice few items that will be useful going forward. We then came into the Mossdeep City gym and challenged all the gym trainers while making our way to the gym leaders right here. And yes, I do mean gym leaders, because as we can clearly see, there are two of them. Anyway, before we get on into this, I just want to show off my team. I have changed out Stussy for Buren here. Her name actually comes from a Antarctic term for a violent snowstorm. And honestly, I got pretty good here. She actually has the highest IV total that I have so far, with the lowest IV being 21 in, I believe, her special defense, or maybe it was regular defense, I don't remember exactly which. She's coming with the thick fat ability, so she's resistant to fire and ice, and because she's ice water, she's 8 times resistant to ice, so that's actually very solid defense. I gave her the Mystic Water for this battle, and as you can clearly see, she's not level 42 like the rest of our team, and that's because I intend to use 2 rare candies after all this time to get her up and get her to evolve right before the battle, so let's just get that over with. And there we go. Buren went from Spheal to Celio. And normally this next one wouldn't happen until 44 in the base game, but since I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, Buren will now become fully evolved at level 42. Normally it should be level 44 when this happened. And technically the Universal Pokemon Randomizer reduced the level requirement to 40, so I put off the evolution just so that you guys can see it on screen. And now, I must say she got quite a stat jump from evolving twice. Should be pretty good to go. I think she's got about as good as moves that we could hope for. Granted, I don't think I need Dive for this, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get right on into this battle. Were you surprised? Were you surprised that there are 2 gym leaders? There are 2 gym leaders. We're twins! We're twins! We don't need to talk because we can each determine what the other is thinking, all in our minds. This combination of ours, can you beat it? Alright, so yeah, Tate and Liza, 2 gym leaders for the Mossdeep City gym, and a double battle. They only have 2 Pokemon, but usually your teams are built for single battles, so this could be a little tricky. However, I think I've got just the idea. I'm gonna have Forrest lead off with a Leaf Blade against that Lunatone, and I'm gonna have Buren Surf. If you have 2 water types, you can easily take these guys down with minimal effort, but I don't have, well, while I do have 2 water types, I didn't want to use 2 water types for this. Especially seeing as Forest has the means to deal with these guys because they're both Psychic and Rock. The Lunatone only has Psychic for an attacking move, so if you have 2 Dark types, it can't do anything to you, and Slowrock is honestly kind of pathetic, so you could easily deal with them, and that's kind of shown here with how easily I bested them in 1 turn. What? Our combination was shattered? It can't be helped. You won. So in recognition, take this. 8,400 for winning. Seipher received the Mind Badge from Liza and Tate. Mind Badge enhances the special attack and special defense of Pokemon. So, yep, right before the end, we've got our 10% badge boost to special attack and special defense. It also lets you use the HM move Dive outside of battle. You should take this too. Obtain the TM04. That TM04 contains Calm Mind. It raises special attack and it raises special defense. It's a move that's perfect for Psychic Pokemon. Let me actually see. I don't know if anyone on my team can learn that, but it would be rather useful for at least some of my special attackers. Nope, not a single one. Okay, well, with that, we're going to quickly swap Urine to the back, have Lombardi go forward, and I think we'll actually have Shogo take lead. And as you can clearly see, I taught him Rock Smash. I got rid of Crush Claw because we're actually going to be needing Rock Smash, and I didn't want to go out and get an HM Slave for that because we do have more fights coming up. So let's just head on off. Actually, do I have any repels on me? I should check that. Well, I've got super repels, but not quite a lot of them, so let's just go in here and quickly buy some more repels. Just because we have a lot of traveling over water to do. And a lot of traveling in a cave later, so let's quickly surf on down, because now that we have the 7th gym badge, we can finally use Dive outside of battle, so we can finally give chase to Team Magma now that we know that they've gone off. And I believe Captain Stern did say on Route 128, so let's just head on down into the underwater. And as we make our way, I will say I do have a special rule for this next stretch of the game, because in the base game the level cap for Ruby and Sapphire goes from 42 to 43, and there are a lot of required fights. So I have an addendum to my level cap clause where I will increase it to what ultimately became Emerald's level cap for the 8th gym, 46. Just because I feel like it's too many required fights, and if you want to fight all the gym trainers and get all the money you want, you need to just sort of either avoid using your main team, or just be very selective in how you go about experience that investment across your entire team. Anyway, we made it into this cave. We're actually on Route 128, and as we can see here, Submarine Explorer 1 is painted on the hull. This is the submarine Team Magma stole in Slateport. Team Magma must have gone ashore here. Not entirely sure why it's down here rather than up wherever they are, but whatever, we'll just have Buren dive to have us return to the surface. And we're going to enter into the seafloor cavern. Now, there are no new Pokemon here, so it's going to be a rather boring affair, I think. And we're going to need to make sure, you're going to want to make sure you have both Rock Smash and Strength here, because they're just required. But thankfully I've got them both on Shogo, so we can just move these boulders out of the way. We don't need a kid around. Go on home already. And there's only one particular item in here that is of interest, and I will point it out as soon as we get to it. But right now, Shogo, just slash him up. Alright, that's good. Yeah, at this point, unevolved Pokemon aren't going to be all that much of a detriment to my team. I believe we want to go this way. Yep. Now, it's going to be a little tricky, but having to reapply strength, and we're just having a lot of strength puzzles this time around. Shouldn't be too difficult, though. Anyway, let's quickly throw up another Max Repel. Let's... Well, I'll just assume that the left path is the one that we need to go down since it's more blocked off, but if not, we can easily fix that. Now, we can surf here, and these tiles are just strong current that will basically move us like those arrow paths. So let's just... I guess we have to go this way. And unfortunately, I think that brought us back to the beginning, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. We'll just go back there, and I will actually... you know what? I'll leave it in. We're not that far back. Alright, back to the room where we have the currents, so we'll just follow along. And take this path. And now we've got a new strength puzzle. So I think that will be okay. And a new required path. Aha! How did you manage to get here without a submarine? I have Pokemon. Surely you should know this. Well, I guess you wouldn't because you don't use aquatic Pokemon of any kind. What an impressive child. But it won't do to have you meddling about here. And I do want payback for what happened at the Weather Institute. I'm going to give you a little taste of pain. Resign yourself to it. Okay, you are Tabitha, not Courtney. I know you're Courtney. I don't know why I got them mixed up. They're both girls' names, though. Okay, well, this is a little bad. Let me just use Strength to hopefully get a bit more damage off. Okay, good. I was a bit worried that Camerupt would have a bit too much defense for you. And Mighty Yena. Okay, that's a little less good. So let's... Hopefully one attack drop isn't enough to... Okay, it is, apparently. Okay, that's a little bad. Let's just slash now. Okay, we defeated Magma and Courtney. Ouch. Okay. Well, let's quickly heal off that damage with one of these hyper potions. Probably a bit of a... Actually, you know what? I've got citrus berries that I can use. to just heal off that little bit of damage, and because we're that far along, I think I'm actually going to swap Forest to the front. And we got one last strength puzzle, which hopefully I remember how this one goes. It's been a while. Okay, probably overthinking it a little, but we finally made it, and this is the one item in here, and you definitely want to grab it. Found one TM26 that contains Earthquake. So, going to be really useful because, unfortunately, for whatever reason, Darude does not learn Earthquake naturally by leveling up, so it's going to be something that I'm going to want to keep around, at least once I make sure that he's there for the finals. So, let's see. You know what? I'm actually going to replace Buren's held item for the Shell Bell. And we're just going to follow this path down. And it would seem we found the ancient Pokemon. Hold it right there. Foo. So it was you after all. Behold. See how beautiful it is, the sleeping form of the ancient Pokemon Groudon. I have waited so long for this day to come. It surprises me how you've managed to chase me here. But that's all over now. For the realization of my dream, you must disappear now. Alright. The climactic battle with Team Magma leader Maxie, or if you're playing Sapphire, Team Aqua leader Archie. Gonna lead off with a level 41 Mightyena. I believe this thing's only attacking move is Takedown. The rest of its moves are Swagger and Swagger, Roar, and well, actually, I'm not really sure, so we'll just have to deal with this guy. Forest should be able to handle this. I don't really have any fighting moves outside of Rock Smash on outside of Rock Smash on Shogo, but we'll be alright, I think. Just gonna, oh yeah, I'll use Swagger. Probably gonna use a Super Yep. I probably should have just swapped because I don't think that this guy's all that tough. Well, I don't want Forest in on this, so we're gonna swap to Urbosa, who should be able to deal with this. And another Confuse Ray, so bit of a waste. I don't know why you didn't go for a flying type move. Yellow Flute's really getting in some work now. Shame we don't have static, but we can easily deal with that. Let's start off with a Thunder Wave. I know I could probably knock you out with one Thunderbolt, but I want to be able to actually bring someone in safely, so... Well, actually, I suppose since I didn't actually cure the burn off of Lombardi, I could also bring him in. So let's... Yeah, you know what, I'll just have Urbosa use Shockwave and hope for another Paralysis or a Confuse Ray. Because now, that should make you rather weak. Urbosa is not looking all that great, but we'll just quickly shift in Buren. Which, by the way, I did actually look back over my footage and some notes, and I actually didn't need to paralyze Buren because the netball is a 3 or 4 times, actually I think 3 times catch rate modifier for ball for water types and bug types, and Steel's natural catch rate is high enough that it basically made it a 100% chance from full health, no matter what. Anyway, with his Crobat paralyzed, he's now slower than Buren, who can easily Ice Beam him down, putting us in a solid position to use our new team member for his ace Pokemon, Camerupt. A little higher than us, but we'll be able to deal just fine, I believe. So we're just going to have Urine use Surf. Urine got 1612 experience. I lost again. 3,440 Poke for winning. Foo. I commend you. I must recognize that you are truly gifted. But I have this in my possession. With this blue orb, I can make Groudon. The blue orb suddenly began shining by itself. Okay, this is not good, but why did you get a blue orb for a red... Nope, and he's gone. What? I didn't do anything. Why did the blue orb... Where did Groudon go? It's a message from our members outside. Yes, what is it? The sun is burning brightly? Good. That should have happened. That is why we awakened Groudon. To realize Team Magma's vision of expanding the world's landmass. What? It's far hotter than we envisioned? It's so hot that it's dangerous? Did you really think an Eldritch Pokemon of Legend is the best way to go about your mission? Granted, I can't say I'm surprised. You tried to blow up a volcano to do the same thing. That can't be. That's just not possible. Hold your position and monitor the situation. There's something wrong. The blue orb is supposed to awaken and control Groudon. I'm pretty sure it's the red orb I've got, Maxie. But why? Why did Groudon disappear? Why? What have you wrought? Maxie, you've finally awoken Groudon, haven't you? What will happen to the world if this sunshine continues for all eternity? The world's seas will all dry up and disappear. What are you saying? The blue orb should let me control Groudon. That can't be possible. We don't have time to argue about it here. Get outside and see for yourself. See if what you've wrought is the world you... See if what you've wrought is the world that you desired. Seipher, come on. You have to get out of here too. Well, I am not a fan of this. The shining effect is certainly terrible. Certainly worse than the rain that happened in Sapphire. Although, better in Emerald, at least somewhat better in Emerald, where it alternates between the two, but that's not for here anyway. What happened? What is this wretched scene? Did I make a horrible mistake? No. Maxie, of course you made a horrible mistake. I only wanted... Do you understand now, Maxie? Do you finally see how disastrous your dream turned out to be? We have to hurry. We have to do something before the situation goes completely out of control. Seipher, we Team Aqua have been pursuing Team Magma to prevent this from happening. You've been very helpful, but I fear the worst has happened. It's gone too far for a child like you to manage. Leave things to us and get out of here while you still can. This defies belief. A super ancient Pokemon. Its power is unbelievable. It has upset the balance of nature. Oh, hey, Steven. Seipher, what is happening? This is terrible. If this doesn't stop all of Hoenn, no, the whole world will be parched. The cause of this calamity, the blazing sun, isn't in the sky above Sootopolis. What in the world is taking place there? There's no point arguing here. Seitopolis should provide answers. Seipher, I don't know what you intend to do, but don't do anything reckless. Okay, I'm going to Seitopolis. Alright, well, that is certainly it's the end of the world, I guess you could say. Let's quickly take a look at the Pokénav before I end things off, because we are currently here on Route 128, and we have to make it here to Seitopolis City on Route 126, so we're going to have our work cut out for us. This blinding sunlight is going to be going on throughout a good portion of the game, or not, I wouldn't say that, but it's going to be going on until we deal with it. So I think we're going to, and as you can see, it's clearly not pleasant, so we're going to want to deal with this. However, I've been going for quite a bit this episode, so I think I'm going to end things off here. Next time, we will be making our way to Seitopolis, so until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.